That thing is toast.
This is our 2007 Toyota Yaris, and today I'll show you how to replace the spark plugs. Toyota recommends replacing the spark plugs anywhere from every 30,000 to 60,000 miles, but the iridium spark plugs I installed last time lasted 77,000 miles until they recently started misfiring, which makes the engine cut out or lose power, especially when going up hills or accelerating. Sometimes a misfire can be caused by a faulty ignition coil instead of a spark plug, so if you need to figure out which part is faulty, you can do so by swapping the spark plug and the coil from the misfiring cylinder into two of the healthy cylinders. If the misfire moves to the cylinder you move the spark plug to, then you have a bad spark plug. If the misfire moves to the cylinder that you move the coil to, then you know you have a bad coil. Right now, this car is misfiring in all cylinders, and the chances of all the ignition coils going bad at once is basically zero, so I know it's time to replace the spark plugs. This car has 340,000 miles on it now, and it's been extremely reliable for us, but you have to keep up on the maintenance if you want any car to last. Anyway, this job is very simple and can be done with basic tools, so let's get to it. Here are the tools that I used for this job. Socket wrench, torque wrench, a couple socket extensions, 5/8 magnetic spark plug socket, and a 10mm socket. For this job I also needed a magnetic bowl, an OBDII code reader, and a new set of spark plugs. This time, we decided to treat the car with a set of laser iridium spark plugs, which are supposed to last twice as long as the standard iridium plugs. Whether or not that's true, they were only about $2 more per plug, so it's worth a try. There are links in the description for everything I used. Generally, spark plugs should be replaced when the engine is cool, but I'm doing it on a warm engine because today I'm also conducting a compression test, which you'll be able to see in next week's video, so make sure to subscribe so you get that notification. I'll start by removing the plastic engine cover, which is secured with 4 10mm nuts. These plastic connectors can be tough to disconnect, and at this age, the plastic is brittle and the clips can break easily. I know because I broke 2 of them last time I did this. If they feel stuck, a good wiggle can help them come loose. I'm also unplugging the fuel injectors for the compression test I'll be doing, but you can leave them plugged in. Each coil is held in place with one 10mm bolt. Now the coils can be removed, but keep track of what order they're in so they can go back in the same spots. Use a 5/8 spark plug socket with an extension to remove the spark plugs. I needed a thick glove to handle the spark plugs because they're still really hot, but you won't need one if you're working on a cool engine. The spark plug from cylinder number 1 sure doesn't look very good. The last page of the Haynes repair manual for my Jeep has a spark plug diagnostic chart, but it's not too hard to figure out what's going on here. The thick black buildup around the edge of the plug is oil that's been baked on, and the flaky white stuff all over the electrodes is ash from burnt up oil. This engine has been burning more and more oil lately, so I'm not too surprised to see this, and I'll show you what I found with my borescope inside of each cylinder in the next video. This could easily be the reason the engine has been misfiring lately, but the spark plugs were due for replacement anyway. I think the valve stem seals are leaking oil into the combustion chambers, and I've been trying different methods for slowing the leak, which I'll go over in a future video, but once I got the other 3 spark plugs out, I found that they all look just as bad. I'm probably just going to have to bite the bullet and get ready to replace the seals, which isn't the easiest thing to do, but the problem's only going to get worse if I ignore it. For today, I'll just move on to installing the new spark plugs. By the way, if you don't have a magnetic spark plug socket yet, get one. Insert the new spark plugs and torque them to 13 foot-pounds. Reinstall the ignition coils into the same spots they came from, and secure each one with its 10mm bolt. They don't have to be too tight. Make sure you didn't lose any of these rubber grommets. Reconnect the wires as shown, making sure not to mix up the connectors. Reinstall the engine cover and secure it with its 4 10mm nuts. Now you might be done, but if your check engine light came on, here's how to reset it. Locate the OBDII port under the dash and connect your code reader, then turn the key 2 clicks to the on position. My code reader connects to my phone via Bluetooth, but some of them have a wired connection. Scan the car for any codes that might have popped up, and when the scan is complete, there should be an option to erase the codes. The first 4 codes shown here are from cranking the engine with the coils unplugged when I did the compression test, and the 5th code is from the old spark plugs causing misfires, but you'll want to take note of any unrelated codes that show up before you erase them. After clearing the codes, turn off the car and disconnect your diagnostic tool because we're done. Don't forget to check back for that compression test video because I guarantee you'll be surprised by what I found. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe for more of the best DIY videos on the internet. And until next time, just keep throwing money at it.